this is Rick with Cybernetics, and we're here today to talk about OneDrive, Microsoft's cloud backup system and capability. We'll specifically address a problem with OneDrive in that it sometimes deletes folders and local data. We'll walk you through the process of how to recover from that and protect your computer. First, I thought it would be important to take a look at the local PC before OneDrive is installed and go to the file libraries and look at the properties on it and show you that the data is all local. And that data is also accessible if you drill through the C drive and go into the user folder on the C drive and go to the pictures folder, go properties. Same thing for the documents and go to properties. So that's before OneDrive. So now we'll navigate into the downloads. I had earlier downloaded the OneDrive application directly from Microsoft. We'll run the setup program. And you'll either create an account or sign in. In this case, we'll sign into an existing account, type in the password, and click sign in. Once you sign in, it'll select your user profile and OneDrive for the location of the files. We'll select next. If it's a different profile, you may want to select a different location, but since this is an existing profile that we're reestablishing, we'll say use this folder. This is important because specifically I'm going to uncheck backup your folders for documents and uncheck pictures. So I'm telling it to not backup docs and pics. In a little bit in the video, you'll see why that's important. Select continue. Next. You can share files and folders. Next. These icons are important. The cloud represents online only. If the file has an online only cloud, that means it's not available locally. If it has an open circle with a check, then it's available for editing. And if it has a solid circle with a check, that means it's always available on the cloud and locally on the machine. So select next, later, open the OneDrive folder. So now we have this OneDrive cloud icon and a list of the folders. We'll click on the properties for the documents. We'll do the same thing for the pictures folder. We'll come down to properties. You can see the data is local. So now we'll drill into this PC. Look at the documents, property, data is still there. We'll come over to pictures, properties, and the data is still there. All right, so what we're going to do now is come down here and go to the OneDrive tray icon, select the little cloud, come up to the gear icon, click on settings, navigate to backup, and select manage backup. And you'll notice that these are both clicked on, even though specifically I had clicked them off, but it did its own thing anyway. We'll come over to this PC and we'll click in on the documents folder, and now you can see it's completely empty. Go back one, we'll click on the pictures folder, and you can see it's completely empty. So now we'll go look at file history. We'll come down to the start icon. File history allows you to make copies of files. As they're changed, it will update them so you'll have multiple versions of the same file on the file history. We'll select the drive. We'll say OK, run it. And once you run the drive, you'll see the user profile has a reference in the file history. So we'll cancel that. Now I'll click on Restore Personal Files. We'll go back into Pictures. And I had put this YoLink folder just to force it to run file history, but you can see there are no files in here. We'll call up the Explorer view of OneDrive. And these are the files that originally were in the local machine, and now they're gone. So we'll go back to the home icon. We'll click on the documents. Again, no files. We'll call up the Explorer view under OneDrive, and these are the documents that used to be there. So go back to Home. Now I'm going to click on System Image Backup, which is the hard drive capability backup that's inside of Windows. And this is how I originally discovered the problem, because when I went to go back up my hard drive, I had an exception and I said View Skipped Files, and come to find out my pictures folder and the data had been deleted. So in order to recover that, it's a 4-step process. I'll walk you through it to recover your deleted folder and data if this happens to you. So we'll come down to the OneDrive tray icon again, open that, go to the gear icon, select Settings, navigate to the Settings tab. At the bottom here, deselect Files on Demand, which will force all cloud files to be downloaded to the local machine, which is what you want, because you want to get your data back. So we'll click on the OneDrive icon here, and now you'll see that it's solid circle with check, which means all the data has been downloaded locally. So we'll go to the pictures, we'll copy that, we'll go to this PC, click on that, we'll right click and we'll paste. So the pictures folder, we'll click on that again and we'll go Properties, and now you can see the data is locally restored. After you do that, what you want to do is do the same procedure for the Documents folder. And now we're going to uninstall OneDrive. Once you've recovered your local data, you can come down and uninstall OneDrive, open Control Panel, click Uninstall Program, search for OneDrive, select Uninstall. Once it's uninstalled, you can close this and restart the machine. Step 3 is to clean up the registry. We'll come down to the Start icon, click on that. Navigate to Registry Editor. Make sure you select Run as Administrator. And a word of caution here, editing your registry can cause your system to become unstable and or unusable. So highly recommend that you create a Restore USB, which will have all the utilities and system files being able to reboot your machine if something goes wrong. Do a cloud backup of your files, maybe not with OneDrive. Have a local hard drive file backup. Use the file history capability of Windows, and use the hard drive image backup on Windows, and make sure you have a recent restore point. If you need more information on protecting your PC, please click on the link above. If you feel confident moving forward, we can then proceed to editing your registry. First thing you want to do is navigate to this path in the registry. It's also located in the description. And here you will see references to OneDrive on your library folders. So what you want to do is click on the Edit, click Find, click Off Keys, click Off Values, and put in OneDrive Pictures and OneDrive Documents. And once you find these in the registry, you will double click on those locations, and you will change the data to just your user profile name and pictures, taking out the OneDrive. And you will do the same thing for the Documents one. You'll double click on that and you'll change it, take out the OneDrive and have Documents. Once you do that, go through the whole registry and change any references to OneDrive Pictures and OneDrive Documents. Once completed, close that and restart your machine. Now all data is local. We'll come down to the File Explorer, and now you can see you no longer have the OneDrive icon. You have the Pictures folder here, the Properties, and the data has been recovered. So the fourth step here is to use the file history and backup. Now that you have your local data, we'll come down here and run file history again. Say Run Now. We can click Restore Personal Files, go into Pictures. Now you see we have local data, travel, Macau. Go back to Home. And now we can go into the system image backup, which is the hard drive capability of Windows. Change settings. Select your external drive. Let me choose what I want to back up. This is just for demonstration purposes. Scroll down here and select pictures. Next. Now we're backing up the pictures on the local hard drive. Save settings. Run the backup. Now we can restore those files. Browse for files. Drill down through the C drive into the user folder in pictures. Go to travel, Macau. And just like the file history, so we navigated to the file history, and we used the backup hard drive system, and also we're able to navigate to the files. So that concludes our video demonstration of OneDrive and how to recover from deleted folders or data. We went through a 4-step process. First step is we disabled files on demand in OneDrive and then copied to the local user folders that data that had been removed. We uninstalled OneDrive, then cleaned up the registry, and finally we ran a file history and backup for those files. I'd be particularly interested in your experience with OneDrive, and if you decided to use it, or if you decided to use a different cloud backup system. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. Hope you will consider subscribing, and have a great and wonderful automation day.